Recently, I've been thinking about loneliness, and I've been thinking about it as a concept that so many individuals, so many people truly demonize. Um, it's viewed at like an entirely negative, horrendous quality or state of being that needs to be avoided at all costs. And I've been critically analyzing that perspective, and I find it to be very faulty for a multitude of reasons that I'll get into. The first is that as humans, yes, we are social creatures. Yes, we thrive with other people. That is an integral part of our health, but we come here alone. We die here alone. We live all of our life in our own heads. We face all of our big challenges and decisions by ourselves. And even if we get guidance and assistance from others, we're the ones that have to live with those outcomes at the end of the day, those results. But even more so than that, my understanding of this life is that one of the most important fundamental challenges, objectives, goals, journeys, whatever you want to call it, there can be a lot of different terms for the same concept, is to learn how to be with our minds, to learn how to live with our minds. And most people's mind controls them. And part of why loneliness is so demonized is because it forces you to be with that mind. And when I say loneliness, I don't necessarily mean just watching TV or being on your phone and being alone, because that doesn't really do much for anyone. But the importance of loneliness in terms of solitude, setting time aside to be with your own mind and to start to figure out and learn over time, how does your mind operate and how does your mind think, is actually the most important thing you can do, both for your own mental health and enjoyment of life, but also for your ability to actually connect with other people. Because I know from my experience, I can be in a room full of people and feel entirely alone. Or I can be with one person and feel totally seen and heard and understood. And a lot of that comes from your own ability to relate to another person. And that is only strengthened by your ability to understand your mind. But understanding your mind has to be done in solitude, for the most part. That's where the most effective understanding will come from. So I think intentionally setting time aside to be in solitude and to enjoy it. Just like the difference between being forced to not eat, to not be able to eat, or choosing to go on a diet and saying, I'm not going to eat these certain foods. There's a big difference in that choice. It's the same frame of mind when it comes to loneliness, a state that you're trying to avoid, or solitude, a state that you actively choose that is intentionally beneficial for you. On top of that, I think that everybody is so afraid of everyone else's opinion, but yet they care for themselves more than they care for anyone else. That disparity really doesn't make sense. And I want you to remember that the path of the exceptional is by definition an exception. It's a lonely road, but it's the road worth following.